I'm Turkish Australian and I acknowledge country.
I'm Pakistani and I acknowledge country.
I am Finnish and I acknowledge country.
I'm Croatian Australian and I acknowledge country.
I am Vietnamese Australian and I acknowledge country.
Palestinian Australian and I acknowledge country.
I'm Irish Australian and I acknowledge country.
I'm Samoan living in Australia and I acknowledge country.
Vietnamese Australian and I acknowledge country.
I'm Nigerian Australian and I acknowledge country.
I'm Sri Lankan Australian and I acknowledge country.
We're Filipino Australian and we acknowledge country.
Can you introduce yourself and what you do?
Hi, I'm Arnie Glentrestouch, the Alamanji Marang Galindera. That's all I know of my language because we weren't allowed to speak our language, which is really sad. I'm the elder at UTS and it makes me really proud when young ones come and talk to me, of all cultures. It makes me feel really happy. We are a country that values diversity and inclusion, and that makes me really proud.
Why is different from a welcome to country?
Okay, so an acknowledgement to country anyone can do, and people are encouraged to do it. So it just sends the land that you're on, the connection, and with things that are important to that country. A welcome can only be delivered by traditional owners of that land, and so they have to have permission to do a welcome to country. I think it's really important because in my lifetime, there was a time where Aboriginal people weren't acknowledged in this country. They weren't seen as the first people of this country, and it's a lot's happened. So when people found out that the Aboriginal people weren't acknowledged and the history that had happened, there was a Bring Them Home report which said the things that had happened to our mob, and then 250,000 people walked across the bridge to say, we are sorry, we didn't know this happened, and we'll never let it happen again.
My name is Dr Elaine Laforteza, and I'm the Equity and Diversity Project Officer at the Centre for Social Justice and Inclusion, and I'm also part of the core committee of the Multicultural Women's Network.
Can you tell us what an acknowledgement is?
Well, in Australia, we speak over 300 languages, but we do have a monolingual mindset. So when we're asked to connect to different cultures, and even to consider or think about First Nations communities, ways of being, doing and belonging, we're always encouraged to do so through English or Western whiteness. But what does this actually mean for people whose first language isn't English? So this project, the Acknowledgement of Country project, asks people, okay, how do you say an acknowledgement of country in your mother tongue? And I'm hoping that this will help people connect and care for Indigenous sovereignty and think about reconciliation on that deeper, more meaningful level. This project also asks for First Nation stories, especially about language loss, language revival and strength. So the sharing of those stories is super important so that we can actually reflect and move together. So reflect on what that means to thrive together in terms of diversity, not despite it, and to acknowledge the country that we're actually on.
Bu toprakların, gökyüzünün ve su yollarının geleneksel sahiplerini tanıyor ve onların geçmiş ve günümüzdeki büyüklerine saygılarımızı sunuyoruz.